Hello and welcome to my AOR Monza highlights. And well, it's a league race around Monza, Apex Online Racing. I am down in F6 after a pretty good start in F5. It just went off really. But here is our qualifying lap around the Circuit Drummo Monza. My quality lap, it was decent. I had pole in there somewhere. 2/10 off pole, we ended up. But this is our first lap. I nailed the first lap really. Couldn't improve on the next two. But we're going to go through it now. Coming down into turn 1. You want to brake early really here so you can turn in, jump across that curb. You want to hit that second curb really, but I sort of missed it. Now coming through Grande Curve. No, just Grande Curve. There's not two, there's just one Grande Curve. As we come through to the second chicane now, and this is the tough one to get right really, and I absolutely nail it through there as we're coming up to Lesmo 1. We go pretty well through there, run out wide on exit. Coming up to Lesmo 2 now, you want to turn in nice and early, get a good exit, maybe I've ran a bit wide through there, opening the DRS now. Coming through the straight up to one of my favourite corners in Formula 1, the Ascari chicane, high speed, on the edge. Through right, you want to turn in nice early, you have to turn in a bit late there, you want to ride that curve all the way through, and if you want to risk it, run wide and touch the exit curve, because that will either kill your lap, put you in a wall, or make it fantastic and you'll end up, I sort of in the middle sort of thing there. Coming through the Parabolica now, keeping it nice and tidy. Don't touch that curb on exit, it's not going to end well. What do? Touch the curb on exit. Come up to the line, it puts us on provisional pole position. We do get pushed down to P4 by the end of this, as we set the exact same lap time as P3, but we set it first. Because yeah, that makes sense, we set the lap first, start behind him. As we're now heading into the race, it is time. We're doing a slightly different strategy to everyone else, but here we go. So as we go to 5 red lights at Monza. It's lights out and away we go. Get off to a pretty good start in comparison to P3, and he's absolutely binned it off the line. He is into the wall. As onto the straight now, we're on the straight anyway, coming up into turn 1. We want to brake nice and early, but not too early, and we get rammed from the road, get pushed across the track. It has not been a good start to our race as we give back the positions we gained by Quasimodo all on the back of our gearbox. He's going to try and go around the outside. This is going pretty close as he's got the run, but we didn't get through turn 1 and 2 after we get shunted across the first chicane. Sorry, he's going to go for it down the inside. We give him the room, we have to hop over the curb. We get a warning, but we have kept the position as we were not left much room on the outside there. We had nowhere to go apart from jump over the curb. It was jump over the curb or go into him, as we're going pretty well here. Hold on to P3 for the first lap as we now head on to lap 8, and the two leaders, we've really stayed with them into DRS through the whole thing, keeping it close to them. They're going to go side by side into turn 1. Glaze Gator does lock up. We're going to try the switch back on him, get a pretty poor exit there. I was onto the power, they're going to pull away again, and I don't know if they're running a lower downforce. I mean, everyone's running a 1 front wing, but I just couldn't keep up on the straights, to be honest. So I had no chance. I had to make the move into a corner, which was never going to work. They lock up, he cuts across the chicane, gets pushed wide. We're going to go for it. This is it, our opportunity to move into P2 of the Italian Grand Prix. We're going to go down inside, put a wheel onto the grass, almost spin out there, run wide, almost into the grapple. That was an overtake on the edge of the absolute limit, almost over the edge, teetering over the edge, that overtake was. So we are now in DRS range of the leader. Is it actually going to happen? Who knows, maybe we will win this race, or is it going to be another classic overrated llama bottle as we move on to lap 9 now, keeping pretty close to the leader, Quasimodo, the car behind us. We're going to just make sure he's aware that we're here, coming into the chicane. He has a massive lock up and he spins, and we avoid hitting his rear end, and we now lead the Italian Grand Prix. My first time leading an AOR race on the same pit stop as everyone else. This has never happened before as we come through the chicane, the Lesmo 2 now. Obviously no DRS because we are leading the race for the first time legitly. I just can't, at this point I'm panicking, my heart's going 100 miles an hour coming through the Ascari chicane. Let's come onto lap 10 now. All the cars behind us have gone for the undercut on us. I thought, I've got to play this differently, let's go for the overcut. It's probably not going to work, I'm probably going to come up behind them, but then I will have fresher tyres at the end. And something else, I'm going for the softs to the end of the race. Everyone's gone for mediums to the end of the race, hoping well, they're not going to have to worry about tyre wear. I am, but I'm going to have quicker tyres at the start, slower at the end. And we've got the car ahead. He is still yet to pit, so we come out ahead of all the cars trying to undercut us, which has gone pretty well, I'd say so. So we had better pace on old tyres than they had on new tyres. Now, I rate our chances at the moment of winning this race as we come through the chicane, keeping it nice and tidy. I guess a good exit. We just need to focus on tyre wear, managing the gaps of cars ahead. Behind, sorry, there's no cars ahead. I'm used to cars being ahead. As we head on to the final lap of the Italian Grand Prix, coming through Ascari for the last time, we still lead the race from Attle and then to Count Teasdale, otherwise known as Malta on Twitter. We're going to come through Parabolica for the final time, leading the race. Through Parabolica we come. We're getting ready for the celebrations. We start doing the weaving. We are coming up to the line to win our first ever league race on F1 ever. We have finally done it after 2 years with the best place finish of P4. Finally done it. We have won our first race, and I just couldn't believe it happened. The donut celebrations are going. Just thank you everyone who's watched my videos over the last 2 years, especially my league race highlights. Thank you so much. Make sure to like, subscribe, check out my other videos, and goodbye.